Well, Geezette and Boomer, they're grizzled and gray, talking about Star Wars from back in the day. Got a talk show called Geeky Geezers, it's true, spinning old tales about the stuff they went through. From Atari to Shrek, they know every line. Geeky Geezers, man, they're feeling just fine. Late Savvy's got a lightsaber, swings it with pride. Boomer's got a game but plays it deep in the night. They're ranting about He-Man and old X-Men too. On Geeky Geezers, they're the nerdiest crew, talking Transformers toys that twist and they turn, singing blues for the geek life, their hearts still burn. Oh, Geeky Geezers, they're living the dream, talking comics and movies, they're busting the scenes. From Battlestar reruns to D&D lore, they're preaching the gospel of geek evermore. With Sally and Boomer, they'll never grow old. Geeky Geezers with hearts made of gold. They're sitting in the studio, mics turned up loud, reminiscing about Super Friends, feeling so proud. But Sally loves Spider-Man, Boomer's for Hulk. They argue about Star Trek with passion and both. From Betamax tapes to their old D20s, Geeky Geezers where the nostalgia flows. They got fans in the chat, from the young to the old, tuning in to hear stories that never get told. Talking Ghostbusters, proton packs, toys in the box, and Saturday mornings with cartoons that rocks. And Sally and Boomer, they're keeping it real. Geeky Geezers with that old school feel. Oh, Geeky Geezers, they're living the dream, talking comics and movies, they're busting the scenes. From Battlestar reruns to D&D lore, they're preaching the gospel of geek evermore. But Sally and Boomer, they'll never grow old. Geeky Geezers with hearts made of gold. They're singing the blues for the games that they play, for the VHS tapes and the arcades that pray. But the spirits are young, though their hair's turning white. Geeky Geezers keep the nerd fire alight, so tune in each week to the Geeky Geezer show, where Fratelli and Boomer let the good times flow. From X-Files to X-Men, they're dropping the news, singing praises of geek life with them old blues. Fratelli and Boomer, forever they'll be. Geeky Geezers living wild and free.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Old Man Yells at Cloud stream. I'm your host, Aged Boomer. Welcome to Geeky Geezers. I'm your host, Aged Boomer. Sorry. And, different people in here. Well, let's just get out of here. There we go. That'll be
Yeah.
better. We'll get out of the waiting room because it's like we have. It's like Troy and Ned are frozen in carbonite in the Sage area. I guess I forgot to. Bear with me, folks. It's Boomer running things tonight, but I think we'll make out all right. So, I'm your host, Aged Boomer. Welcome to Geeky Geezers for the March 22nd, 2026. And Troy and Netter cannot make it tonight as they are on the road. In fact, I believe Netter in the chat said they are somewhere in Kentucky. They should stop for some Kentucky Fried Chicken, but who knows if they're planning any stops. But with me tonight, I have two guest hosts. To my right is Deleted Scenes. Welcome.
Good evening.
And below is Big Al. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody.
Hello. And of course, if y'all are familiar with our networks, or the way we hang out on each other's channels all the time, so they're not too much of a surprise. But thank you so much for filling in. I really do appreciate it. And I'll start. Yeah.
Absolutely no problem. I was honored to be asked.
Anyway, here I am. I'm back from MegaCon. Troy and Netter and myself will probably have stories to share later in the week. You would find the Epic Universe, let's just say that the Universal Monsters thing they got going on there is pretty nifty. I'll say that.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Yeah, it's definitely old school.
Like I said, Sunday's a big Universal Monster Day because that's when I update my
Oh, that's right.
my page. So
We're waiting to see if they're going to base any movies off of some of this new lore they've come up with, but we'll talk about that more later. But welcome, Jessica Hardo. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Big Al. Of course, you're here with us. Netter, look at this. We got a hi, sweetie, from Netter. She is on the road. Like we said, she is in Kentucky at the moment. And JPRPH1, welcome. Deleted Scenes, thank you. And thank you for any of y'all who have jumped over his channel, though we should also be broadcasting on his as well. Connie Cleary, welcome. Geek Flag with Nate knows. It's better to be somewhere. Oh, they're talking to each other. Dueling Banjos. I'm just saying. Oh, West Virginia, yes. But I think of John Denver when I think of West Virginia. You're thinking of something. You're thinking of a certain movie with Burt Reynolds and the dude that played Otis in Superman. Okay. Ned Beatty, that was his name. That's right. D. Pensek, welcome. Ruby Hoop, thank you so much for a gifted membership on Netters Network. I'm sure it's much appreciated by Netters. She'd be thanking you right now. But Jason Fox received a gift membership by Ruby Hoop. Well, welcome to our network, Jason Fox. We're going to be doing some cool things tonight. We got some cool stories. Zootopia, welcome. Connie Cleary, welcome. The Bird Woman of YouTube. And thank you again, Ruby, for yet another Netters Network membership. And this one goes to Hello Humans.
Thade. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thade. Hello Human Thade. Well, welcome back. Or welcome to the network if you haven't been there before. And let's go down here. Geek Flying. Hey, Boomer, deleted Sings Big Al, my fellow old farts. I have to tell you, it was kind of funny at this convention because we're seeing all the young cosplayers, and I was having to point out to Troy because I knew some of them. I'm like saying, no, that's Hollow Knight. That's from a current indie video game. I know it looks like a little skull person, but that's actually a mouse wearing, like, I think, a helmet, if I'm correct in that lore. To that indie game series. Welcome to Midnight Blogger, Tired Midnight Blogger, and I guess that catches us up. So this is usually around the time in the stream we go into the good old days, and unfortunately I think our good old days tonight will be tying into a certain in remembrance, in memoriam. But, happy Sunday, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. So we're just going to get right to it. The good old days of Chuck Norris. We'll get into his death, but do any of you have any fond memories of Chuck Norris?
Years and years of wonderful jokes about how tough he was, but also just, I mean, growing up as a Gen Xer with cable television, he was always on there somewhere.
He was, actually. You're right. I would on Showtime a lot.
Yeah, the Missing in Action films, Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yeah.
All those, they were on there a lot.
How about you, Steven? Anything?
Oh, absolutely. In my circles, Chuck Norris was the man, and he filled that void that happened after we lost Bruce Lee, and
yes,
he kind of became the man. So yeah, this guy was a very major part of my childhood because I mean I grew up on cable television, and there were always Chuck Norris movies on cable television. So and just the fact that he was kind of, despite what Variety might want to say, to me he was that epitome of someone that you should strive to be like, and he never, I never heard him say anything negative about anybody, even when he had cause to do so. So he's a great guy. I'm gonna miss him. Never got a chance to meet him personally. Have met people who did meet him, but never got to meet him personally. And I thought he was somebody who was going to outlive me.
Yeah, no, I mean he was a great. I mean, to be fair, he did. Yeah, I mean he. I don't know what the cause of death is. I know he was. I'll have his age in a minute though. But this weekend I watched Delta Force, Lone Wolf McQuade, and Missing in Action. Okay, well yeah, you were yeah.
He was 86.
Oh, welcome.
He had just had his 86th birthday last week, I think.
Great. Thank you so much, Midnight Blogger, for your membership. It's much appreciated. Chuck, he just accepted becoming an angel. That's, you know what? That's a great way to say it. And we're going to get into the in remembrances in a minute, but let's get into, maybe we have some thoughts on some of his movies. I decided to do some highlights. Here is the Bruce. I don't know if this was his first movie, but I think this is the earliest movie of his I've seen. And this is The Way of the Dragon with Bruce Lee, and this is where he and Bruce Lee have the big fight at the end of the movie. Either of you've seen this movie?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Long time ago, but
Yeah.
I vaguely remember it.
Yeah. This is a very intense fight here. It's fought, I think, in an old Roman Colosseum, if I'm not mistaken. And there's just a preamble to the fight where where both of them are stretching before the fight. And the funny thing is, even after the end of the fight, I think that there is sort of at least with the Bruce Lee character, there is somewhat of a respect he has for this adversary, even when he's low. I think he almost wants him to just stand down, but he doesn't. So then he has to, I think, finally give the kill move. But I think he respected him as a fighter. Mm-hmm. But yeah. But let's see. Oh my goodness, what's going on in the chat here? Midnight Blogger, give it 5 Troy Pacelli memberships. Thank you so much. We got some new members. Clifton 3D. Abdominable Snowman, I like that name, received a gift membership. The Horror Cat Dad received a membership. And, of course, an Ennis Gamehead and Master of the TDS received it. Thank you so much, Tyler Midnight Blogger, helping Troy get back up to those numbers he had at the beginning of the year. We'll get there. Thank you so much. But let's move along to, let's see here. We got here Force of One. Have either of you seen this?
Have not seen this one.
I've been meaning to, but have you seen it, Steven?
Oh, I'm looking at it. I think Oh yeah.
Does he fight a serial killer in this? Is he like a martial arts boxer that goes up against a serial killer at some point in the movie? I've seen the trailer.
I think. So it was something like that. I know Silent Rage has kind of a similar. Well, he did a few movies where it was kind of like him against a serial killer, and I believe this was one of them. This is where he has to ultimately battle one Bill Superfoot Wallace, and yeah, I remember this one kind of. Vaguely, I remember it at the time, but I have not seen it in many years. So I'm a little fuzzy on the details.
Okay, well, that's cool. Oh, apparently Geek Flag says in A Way of the Dragon they filmed that guerrilla style in the Colosseum. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of course, it probably maybe the permits would have been too much. I'm not judging anybody that does guerrilla shooting. Sometimes you have to when you're on a budget. I mean, you just got to get away with it. Now, of course, here's a big favorite of mine: the Octagon.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I could be wrong. Is this the introduction of the ninja to American audiences in this movie? Were there any big ninja movies before this one that either of you can think of?
I would say between this and Enter the Ninja.
Yeah, I don't know which one predates the other. That's the one with Franco Nero. Yeah, mm-hmm. But this was rather neat. It's like you hear that there's been this secret society of elite warriors. Oh, they died out hundreds of years ago. No, they've been in the shadows all along. And it's. I of course love that shot of Chuck Norris versus the Master Ninja there, because you have to basically survive the Octagon, right? That's the whole point of this movie. But it's been a number of years, but I did appreciate this one. But Jess Carter said favorite Chuck Norris movie is Delta Force. Okay.
Yep, same here.
Lone Wolf McQuaid, a lot of people were talking about this. Apparently this was a project Clint Eastwood rejected. But, what would Eastwood reject, Chuck Norris accepts, I guess. I do love this poster. And there we go. Let's see here. Basically, that's what it is. Is this the one about him versus David Carradine, or is that another movie?
Yes.
This is him versus
David Carradine. Yeah.
Is Carradine the villain in this?
He is.
Okay. But anything special? What was special about this one, or is it, maybe your memory is jogged?
Yeah. Again, a big favorite of mine. This is kind of the precursor to Walker Texas Ranger, because he's a Texas Ranger in this as well.
Yeah, I see him in the cowboy hat in some pics. Yeah.
He's very much kind of the rule breaker, you know, he's kind of like a Dirty Harry, kind of follow his own sense of justice, and
Which may be a reason Clint turned it down. He just did. He was like, let's change that up a little bit. You know.
Maybe this was a follow-up to The Gauntlet, which was a project that I think was rejected by. Well, I forgot who rejected it, but I think Barbara Streisand was supposed to be the woman in it, and that was a no-go.
oh god, that didn't happen.
I forgot what happened. I could be wrong. Remind me to go look that up again. There was some conflict with the actors. Oh, maybe it was Steve McQueen. I don't remember now. Someone else. You know what? I'm getting off track here. I'm talking about Eastwood. I'm supposed to be focusing on. Geek Flag says Octagon starring Chuck Norris was the first major film that featured a ninja cult as the central antagonist. While it feels very much like an '80s movie, it's interesting because I think it's not technically one of these canon movies that we, of course, so associate the Chuck Norris with, but it was almost like a precursor to those. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that I remember the most when it comes to the Octagon was it was a movie where they were very much concerned about getting the moves right and not doing anything too Hollywood,
Too fake looking, basically.
I could see it as a movie that Bruce Lee might have done.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I could see him kind of very much going into that direction.
I hate to say this, these could have been old pre-Bruce Lee concepts that were thought about, and then unfortunately he passed away, and then they weren't able to. Because I know that Chuck Norris, I think, was a. I think he was a student or at least a training partner with Bruce Lee.
He called Bruce's mentor.
Yeah, and it's funny. I think is he the one that told Bruce Lee to start kicking higher or something? He says, "Oh, that's not how we do. Why not?" And he said, then he started trying kicking higher. I think, and it actually worked. I think I could be wrong there, but I think I was reading up on that a while back. Oh my goodness, Geek Flag. Well, thank you so much for the gift of Troy membership, and Mach 47474 received the membership. Well, thank you so much, Geek Flag. With Nate knows. Here we go. We have Missing in Action, and of course, this is the. I think is this the first of his real military ones right here? I'm trying to think.
I would say so.
Is this a? I need to do some catching up, my Norris. Is this like a Vietnam era picture?
It is. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it has to do. It's after Vietnam, and it kind of has a similar plot to the second Rambo, and the fact that he's going back into Vietnam to retrieve POWs.
And then they did a prior one called Mission in Action 2, but wasn't that like a prequel to his time over there in the war? Yeah.
It was. It was when because his character Colonel Braddock's backstory is that he was also a prisoner and escaped a camp, and that was what the second film was about. Yeah. And
well,
then,
that's kind of neat, actually.
Then
They told that story, yeah.
And then they did Braddock Missing in Action 3.
yes, they did.
Cool.
You gotta get. When you got a good thing going and it's earning money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome back to becoming a member, Lynn Green. Or if this your first time, welcome. Let's move, of course, over to Invasion USA. This is a favorite of mine.
107 minutes of creamy cannon goodness. I love this film.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Who's the villain again in this? The actor? His name escapes me at the
Richard Lynch.
Richard
moment. Richard
Lynch.
Lynch. Oh my
as
goodness.
Rostov, the Russian
Yes.
T plus ist.
This is what I've
Yeah.
come to the conclusion in this movie. I believe what this is the Soviets, the Chinese communists, the South American drug lords, and I guess whoever else they could pull. We're all going to invade the USA, right?
That's correct.
We're going to mount an invasion. And another thing they're trying to do is they were going to try to maybe start like they pose as police and they shoot up like a Hispanic neighborhood, thinking that's going to start like a race war, and then they blow up a nice town, a suburban town with like ballistic bazookas or whatever they are, and they're blowing up these houses, and it's at Christmas time too, and everyone's celebrating Christmas. So who's going to stop them? Well, Chuck Norris, obviously.
Yes.
I believe that's one of the last scenes in the movie where isn't that how he kills Richard Lynch? Does he shoot a bazooka at him?
He does, yes.
Yes, but big fan of this movie. I won't even attempt to ask if this is a Christmas movie, because if we're stretching it with Die Hard,
It's as much a Christmas movie as Die Hard is. I'll say that.
I
Die
think
Hard is a Christmas movie.
I think he sends one of
No.
I think he sends one of the bad guys careening into a Christmas tree at some point in this movie, right?
He does.
There's
yeah.
a thing in this. Is this a remake of the 1952 that MST3K riffed? It is not.
No.
I know the one you're referring to, which I'm also a big fan. In fact, it even has one of the actors from Twin Peaks in that 52 movie.
It does,
the one who,
yeah.
Yes. There's a wonderful scene in that 1952 movie where, like, well, I guess you're Americans these days, they just want to, have old George take care of things. And then the one guy at the table says, well, not me. Well, you are the rare exception then, my good sir. And he says, no, I'm George. Like, my name's George. And it's because I guess they weren't buying savings bonds anymore or helping to contribute in case there was an attack. But that is not rocket launcher. Yes, okay, you're correct. I don't know. When I was a kid, I just called anything like that a bazooka. All right. When you say rocket launcher, I think of the game series Metal Slug, where when you pick up a rocket launcher, there's this guy with like it almost sounds like an Austrian accent, rocket launcher. And you pick it up and you start shooting at the bad guys in those games.
Quite frankly, bazooka just sounds so much better. Bazooka.
Yes, but I'm a big fan of this movie, though. This is classic Cannon goodness. Of course, my favorite Cannon movies are the Death Wish movies, but I do like Invasion USA a lot. And here we got Delta Force. What's the difference between Delta Force and Missing in Action? Is Delta Force modern times?
Yeah, Delta Force is actually existed, and if you remember the incident when was it Carter or Reagan, where they tried to send in the Delta Force to rescue
for the
hostages.
Yes, that's right.
And that figures into the plot, is that they feel bad that happened, and so the mission that in this movie is kind of them trying to redeem themselves.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And the one thing I love about this movie is the musical score.
Oh yeah.
The fanfare, that theme is excellent.
I was watching this the other day, and in a way, it kind of feels like two movies, because you have this film that's basically a take on the TWA hijacking that had taken place like about a year or two before, and follows what happened pretty directly up until our pals Chuck Norris, Lee Marvin, and Steve James show up and start kicking some butt. But it's a movie that's kind of cast like it's a 70s disaster film. Because you have Shelley Winters in there and Lainey Kazan almost kind of cancel each other out, and you have Martin Balsam and Joey Bishop, and they get Robert Forster to play the lead villain, which I thought was very inspired. But
really?
Yeah.
Like Jackie Brown, Robert Forster, is that what I'm thinking of? That's interesting. Okay, all right.
Playing the Arabic villain, yeah.
And Bo Svensson as the pilot.
Bo Svensson,
yeah. I mean, another one who could easily, go get into fisticuffs if he had to.
And he's ready to, but he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place where he wants to,
but he's got to protect everybody.
Got to protect everybody, yeah. It's it's a good film, and kind of. I mean, yeah, I mean, there are those that wouldn't like it now, and I get it, but, screw those guys, This is, it's another one of my favorite of his. Oh.
They have just crossed in Indiana. Da 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 da. That was my dad's fake Indiana Jones theme. Like he did a parody of it. It was like that because I can't say the actual Indiana Jones theme. Otherwise, we could think.
And they ran over the dog. They crossed over Indiana. Oh no! Oh.
All right, Geek Flag. This picture. These actual rocket launchers right here. These are potato guns. Okay, I need to brush up on my guns, man. But like I said,
they look like bazookas.
They might be. Okay, here's one of my favorites right here. Firewalker with Chuck Norris, Lou Gossett Jr. So here's the thing. All canon movies are not created equal. I remember as a child hating King Solomon's Mines and like, oh, this predates Indiana Jones because it was written by... I don't care. I don't like this movie. And it even had John Rhys Davies in it, shows up in King Solomon's Mine. Richard Chamberlain, Sharon. I did not like that movie.
I
did
love
not
those
like
movies.
it.
I love those. I love.
Oh, okay.
Movies.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone. King Solomon's Mine was brilliant compared to what followed, which was Alan Quartermain and the Lost City of Gold, which was just no.
I will say yes, it is a lesser sequel.
Thank you for that.
But they're dumb fun. They're just dumb fun.
I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch them. Maybe I'll see them in new eyes. But I remember seeing this movie, and I was like, well, this movie I like. And, okay, is it an Indiana Jones knockoff? It's an adventure movie, and it's different enough. It's taking place in modern time. These guys are professional treasure hunters. We got Louis Gossett Jr. And I almost, it's funny, this picture here, he has the gun. I almost for a second there thought Louis Gossett Jr. was holding a big stick of dynamite, but that's a treasure map. I thought that would have been funny, but it's just a big stick of dynamite. But big fan of Firewalker. This is a great little adventure movie. And
Melody Anderson.
Yeah, she was nice to look at too. This was just a fun adventure story, and you have the beginning where it starts out where that one guy who I'm sure was inspired by the villain from Temple of Doom at the beginning, but who cares? It's the Chinese villain where they're tying him up in the desert. But they give him what do? They give him a bottle of last drink, but then they say, let's break it, and then we could use the glass to cut loose, remember? So that was clever. So. Did either of you see this one?
Oh, yeah.
A long time ago, only once. I don't remember a lot about it, but I remember liking it.
The villain was interesting. I think he was sort of channeling old Mesoamerican things, or... Did this take place South America, if I'm remembering? Because I remember he runs into an Indian guy in North America, and it's funny because he's watching what is he watching? I Love Lucy, and I think he says, she was my wife, I do a lot to shut her up or something. I don't know. He was not caring for her, but I don't know. This was just a fun canon movie, and it shows you, we're on a lower budget, set at modern times, and I think that Chuck Norris and Louis Gossett Jr. had good chemistry together as it's kind of a buddy movie, so I appreciated it. But yeah, I don't know, classic. What do we got next? Sidekicks.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see this one?
I remember seeing this one.
This is Cannon's Karate Kid, basically.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. It's 92. Is this a Cannon movie? Maybe it's not even a Cannon movie, but I thought it was. Maybe it was it. But, of course, you have Mako from the Conan movies is in this. Remember? Mm-hmm. And Jonathan Brandis, he's also in this. And he's a kid that has fantasies about like almost these weird vivid fantasies where he's missing in action with Chuck Norris shooting at people, or he's doing kung fu stuff, and he's always fantasizing that he's in these movies with Chuck Norris. And I think he's being bullied at school, but then he eventually starts learning martial arts, like in what is it, like in the Karate Kid, and eventually gets to a kung fu tournament or a karate. No, you know what? Was it karate or kung fu? Martial arts tournament. There we go. Martial arts tournament, where he actually meets Chuck Norris himself. And I remember Joe Piscopo is kind of the crease of this movie. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
And I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed it for what it was. And I've not seen enough Chuck Norris. My favorite of his I have seen is The Hitman. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. But I don't know. This is a family feature, and I think at the end he doesn't need the fantasy anymore, being pretending he's with Chuck Norris because he's actually done it. And I don't know. What did you think of it, Big Al?
Just cute, fun, kind of Nickelodeon's version of Karate
It's a
Kid.
Nickelodeon. It's a Nickelodeon version of the Karate Kid. That's a good way of putting it. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. With a little bit of, like I said, that was it Walter Mitty kind of thing where he sees himself in all the different films with him, and
Yeah, it's like a greatest hits of Chuck Norris. Sidekick wasn't a Hollywood studio. It was actually the film's production arm created by Jim Mattress Mac McGibbon, the owner of the Gallery Furniture in Texas. I was looking up that production company like I never heard of it. Are you kidding me? Some guy just funded this on his own? I guess that happened.
Well, good on him.
Okay.
If he
It's
did.
not bad.
All right.
It had
it made money.
had
Yes, it
Danica McKellar in this. We know from the Wonder Years she was like kind of the
Right.
love interest. I remember that.
And check out her Twitter post. Her
I have it.
tribute
I have it.
to
I have it.
Chuck
I have it.
Norris.
I have it coming up. I do have it. I'll read it. How about you, dude? Did you see this movie Sidekicks, Steven?
Gotta be honest with you, not straight through.
Okay.
But
You
I've
turned
seen
it off,
enough
didn't
of
you?
it. No, I didn't actually. I saw enough of it to get the idea. Jonathan Brandis' character is very much me at that age, as far as like fantasizing that he's in all these movies, and it's like because I was one of those kids with kind of stars in my eyes, and I want to be an actor, father. To be line, It's
Wonderful.
yeah, and so I could kind of relate, and that was about the time that I was. Well, I mean, I not at that time, but when I was the age he's supposed to be in the film, that's when I was practicing martial arts myself. So
Oh, very cool.
I kind of it was relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will end, of course, with Walker, Texas Ranger, when he made his foray into television.
Mhm.
Either you watched the show, Big Al?
I caught the odd episode every now and then. And I didn't watch it regularly, but I mean, I mean, Chuck Norris was the man, and he just, if you were in trouble, he's the guy you'd want coming after you.
How about you, Steven? Or were you more of a Nash Bridges fan?
Oh, I watched that too.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, it's okay. I'm not judging you. I'm just...
Yeah. Did I see every episode? No. But, I did see my share of it. And I was always kind of an action guy anyway. So, there was no way this was going to get past me without seeing at least some of them. So, yeah, I liked it for what it was. It's this kind of made for TV cop shows.
All right. No, I mean,
Perfectly
I know
fine.
it was a big hit. It was one of these CBS shows from back in the day, as I recall. I watched a few episodes. I didn't watch it regularly. Love the episodes I caught. Yeah, well, I'm sure you can catch.
I would go back and watch it now.
And according to Geek Sidekick was made because Chuck Norris wanted to get this movie made, but couldn't get a studio back. So the furniture store actually backed the budget. They must have made a lot of money with the furniture
Nice.
to back a movie. Well, I'm sure they made their money back and then some. But yeah, I mean, I used to catch it all the time on Showtime. All right, and unfortunately, we do have an In Remembrance coming up tonight, which is, of course, no secret here. Chuck Norris, action icon and Walker, Texas Ranger star, dies at age 86. Rest in peace. This kind of was a little bit of a shock to me. I'm not gonna lie, but
He had posted, I think it was an Instagram video where he was like sparring on his birthday, which
Yeah.
was like a week before this. And then somebody had a medical emergency. I don't think they've really revealed what it was.
well, family might want to keep it purposeless.
But
It could have
I
been
mean,
anything. Yeah.
he's 86. Come
Yeah.
on.
I get you. Chuck Norris, martial arts champion who became the iconic action star and led the hit series Walker, Texas Rangers, died. He was 86. Norris was hospitalized in Hawaii on Thursday, and his family posted a statement Friday saying that he died that morning. While we would like to keep the circumstances private, please know that he was surrounded by his family and was at peace, his family wrote. To the world, he was a martial artist, actor, and a symbol of strength. To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of our family. The statement continued. He lived his life with faith, purpose, and an unwavering commitment to the people he loved. Through his work, discipline, and kindness, he inspired millions around the world and left a lasting impact on so many lives. And of course, the rest of the arc goes into a lot of his movies, which of course we already covered here. But it's I don't know. It's unfortunate, but I did also want to make a point. Dana McKellar did a tribute on X, which I'm going to read too. Let me go ahead and get to that right now. And that's taken directly from X, but I'll read it to you. Rest in peace, the one and only Chuck Norris. I'm so grateful I got to work with this legend twice. First in the movie Sidekicks in 1992, and then in 1994 in an episode of his long-running series Walker, Texas Ranger, and he was so generous to me. I was 19, and in the story, I was a teenage mother whose baby was stolen. Fun fact, in the fight sequence, I was supposed to be a damsel in distress that Chuck saves from the bad guy, but on set, Chuck suggested that my character get in on the action, which was so much fun. I'll never forget that little gift, and I bet I'm just one of the countless others with a story like that, sending prayers and comfort to those who loved him, including his wonderful brother, Aaron Norris, who I got to know as a director on both of those projects. Some legends are so much bigger than life, it doesn't seem like there should ever end. Rest in peace, my friend. That's a wonderful tribute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how about either of you? Any final words for Chuck Norris?
Just God bless him. He has brought us so much great entertainment that we will continue to enjoy for generations to come.
And I will be watching.
I got a lot of catching up to do on some of his films.
I do too, and I think I'll start this month. I'll start watching some of these movies I've been missing out on. How about you, Stephen? Any last words?
The Grim Reaper just got dethroned.
Yeah,
And,
right.
Chuck is like, I'm in charge now, and you're just gonna have to go.
Throws a scythe at him, and he just kicks it out of the way. Probably.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, man, I think it was it Geek Flag did one where it's Chuck Norris going before God, sitting in his throne. And Chuck Norris goes, "You're in my chair."
Oh, actually, Geek Flag has this to say: Chuck Norris was late getting to heaven because he stopped off and held a list for no. There's a new sheriff in town. Oh, that's funny. Yes. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. We will miss you, but we will always enjoy your movies and your TV shows and everything else you've contributed to our entertainment industry and the world. Thank you so much for what you've done for us. Nicholas Brendan, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, dies at age 54. Wow. Just wow. I didn't see this one coming at all. Well, maybe I did, considering I know he had some problems, but actor Nicholas Brendan, best known for his role as Xander Harris in the popular television series Buffy the Vampire Slayer, has died. According to his family, he was 54. Brendan's family said in an Instagram post Friday night that he died in sleep of natural causes. Most people know Nicky for his work as an actor and for the characters he brought to life over the years. In recent years, Nicky has found his passion in painting and art, the family wrote in the post. Nicky loved to share his enthusiastic talent with his family, friends, and fans. He was passionate, sensitive, and endlessly driven to create. Born in Los Angeles, 1971, Brendan originally wanted to become a professional basketball player, but pursued acting in his 20s to help manage his stutter. He later became a spokesperson for the Stuttering Foundation of America. In 1997, at age 25, Brendan began his role as Xander Harris in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which he starred in across all 7 seasons. Following the end of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 2003, Brendan was featured in the TV adaptation of Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential. He also had recurring roles in Criminal Minds from 2007 to 2014, Private Practice from 2010 to 2011, and Faking It from 2014 to 2015. Brendan also starred in films such as Demon Island in 2002 and Unholy in 2007. Have you seen those, Big Al?
No, I haven't seen either one of those.
Okay. But apparently in 2022 he was rushed to the hospital for tachycardia, a condition that makes the heart beat abnormally fast. A year prior, Brendan received 2 spinal surgeries. He was also open about his struggles with substance abuse, alcoholism, and depression. He appeared twice on the Dr. Phil show in 2015 to talk about his battle with alcoholism. Our family asked for privacy during this time as we grieve his loss and celebrate his life. A man who lived with intensity, imagination, and heart. Thank you, everyone who has shown love and support. I was kind of shocked by this one. I did not see this happening. Nicholas, Brendan, and I are the same age. Yeah, he's young. I mean, too young to go, I think.
Definitely out of left field when I saw this one. I had no concept that I didn't know he had some medical issues. I knew he had some
substance abuse issues because of the Dr. Phil thing, but he must have gotten himself cleaned up and taken care of. But
I mean, I was theoretically still am a big fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and he really was the heart of that show.
He was.
He was the everyman.
One of my favorite scenes, I think, on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but I remember they're reading some passage, like some ancient text, and Xander says, "That sounds cryptic. Cryptic usually means someone gets hurt. That someone is usually me." And then I think this demon pops out of a portal or something when they're done reading it. And I think he says at that point, "You must be Mr. Cryptic." And then the demon knocks him into a coffee table right then and there. The CW. People kept getting knocked into coffee tables on CW shows. That would happen a lot on Smallville.
Well, I remember I think one of my favorite scenes is when Willow was going pure evil and was going to destroy the world.
I remember that, yes.
And he was the one that was able to stop her.
He's the one that talked her down.
Because he talked her down, and it was just such a beautifully done scene. And it was a great series, top to bottom. And he was kind of the anchor for me. His character was the one that I kind of saw the show with,
because he was kind of the everyman. He didn't have any powers. He
was the every guy,
wasn't a witch or a werewolf or anything. He was just
right. He was quote unquote. He wasn't special, but being that, he was probably the most special of them all.
I miss the CW. Why do people like to talk crap about Xander? I didn't know that, but he was the bravest of all the Scoobies. He would always be going to the thing. He had a crush on Buffy. He got over it, but that was the thing in the beginning. But he's a teenager. That's how teenagers are, okay? I mean, knew someone would actually end it. Okay, but that was my favorite Xander moment. Josh Whedon stole it from Madeline and Engel, but was still so well done. Okay. Rest in peace. Matt Clark, character actor. And TV show spanning 50 years. He was 89. And yikes. Of course, he's one of these actors you'll recognize when you watch a television show or a movie. He pops in there all the time, right?
Yeah, probably never knew his name, but you knew his face.
Matt Clark, a character actor with more than 100 film and TV credits ranging from In the Heat of the Night and dozens of westerns to Seth MacFarlane's A Million Ways to Die in the West, died March 15th in Austin. He was 89. Family rep confirmed the news to Deadline, but did not provide a cause of death. But he apparently was a guest on such TV shows as Bonanza, The Waltons, Kung Fu, Little House on the Prairie, Dynasty, Magnum P.I., Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Grace Under Fire, Touched by an Angel, Chicago Hope, Walker, Texas Ranger, and ratings juggernaut 1983 miniseries The Winds of War. His lone series regular role was a dim-witted co-worker of the titular star in the first season of the ABC sitcom The Jeff Foxworthy Show in 1995-1996. He did not appear in the second season that aired on NBC in 1996 to 1997. Clark also had scores of film roles. In 1972 alone, he appeared opposite a pair of screen legends Robert Redford in the wilderness classic Jeremiah Johnson and Paul Newman in John Huston's The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean. The following year, Clark had roles in picks starring James Coburn and Chris Christopherson, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and Burt Reynolds' White Lightning. He also shared the screen with Clint Eastwood in the iconic 1976 neo-western The Outlaw Josie Wales and Jeff Bridges in The Hearts of the West. Rest in peace. I don't know if you were familiar with either you were familiar with him from various movies, but
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And to say that this guy was a Western actor is not kidding. He was in everything. If there was ever like a Western or some kind of 70s era cop movie, he's in The Driver, which is a big favorite of mine with Ryan O'Neal and Bruce Dern. He's one of those guys who was literally in everything.
Yeah.
Again, a guy you might not have known his name, but you've seen something that he's been in. Trust me, you know.
Troy and I were discussing while I was up in Orlando. We're gonna have to do a stream where we just talk about the best character actors of all time because they don't get enough credit.
He would definitely be there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for joining the chat, and I believe Troy would say, Penny. Welcome.
Hi, Penny.
Welcome to the chat. They're on the road right now, Penny. They're now in Indiana. They're getting home, hopefully safe and sound. I guess listening to me, so it's a little awkward. People are listening to me out there in the world. But yet now we get, of course, into the big news of the week. Spider-Man Brand New Day official trailer. Did either of you see this?
I did, yes.
You? How about you, Steven?
I shut it off the second Mark Ruffalo showed up on screen.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about it regardless. I would have rather it was Dr. Connors. I thought that would have made more sense to me, but what do I know? Just have Dr. Connors, another Dr. Connors. That's what they should have done. But here's your first trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day, which launches in cinemas from July 31st. Destin Daniel Cretton directs the anticipated fourth installment in the MCU Spider-Man franchise, which completed filming late last year. The synopsis reads, 4 years have passed since the events of No Way Home, and Peter is now an adult living entirely alone, having voluntarily erased himself from the lives and memories of those he loves. Crime fighting in a New York that no longer knows his name, he's devoted himself entirely to protecting his city, a full-time Spider-Man, but as the demands on him intensify, the pressure sparks a surprising physical evolution that threatens his existence, even as a strange new pattern of crimes gives rise to one of the most powerful threats he has ever faced. As the trailer reveals, sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. Tom Holland is Spider-Man as Zendaya reprises a role as MJ, with Sadie Sink also joining the cast in an undisclosed role. She was not featured in the trailer from what I can see. John Bernthal as is the Punisher. He shows up, and Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. Also starring are Jacob Batalon, Trammell Tillman, and Michael Mando. If you want to hear my rant about Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, you can check out our Hulk stream from a few weeks ago. Helmed by Cretton, though. Producers include Amy Pascal and Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige. Film began in Scotland last August, but production briefly halted after Holland was treated for a mild concussion, reportedly during a stunt gone wrong. The actor was taken to the hospital and examined, but not admitted. Okay. I don't know. I will say, at least from this trailer, he is looking more like a Peter Parker that I remember growing up with. I feel like Tom Holland's Spider-Man in these last three movies. I know the character was always started as a teenager, but man, he seemed really young. I don't know, but now he seems more like the Parker in his 20s, which I guess he is at this point in this series. So
Yeah, he's one of those actors that like him, Timothy Chalamet. They look like children to me.
he looks older finally, though, in this.
Starting to get there. He is
He's starting to get there.
there.
He's looking more like basically a Spider-Man instead of Spider-Boy. But I want to be excited about this, but I just can't. I have a weird relationship with the Tom Holland movies. I always say I don't want to watch them, but I will admit I felt they got progressively better. I still like the Tobey Maguire movies the best. Well, I don't know about the third one, but
I would like to see him. Like I said, I'm not. I know I've heard about the whole, the man spider, this spider part taking over, but his just being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, homemade suit, nothing that seems was made by some kind of special effects factory. Something that looks like he could have come up with himself, and it looks like they're getting there.
I think this is my favorite Spider because it looks like the comic book and the cartoon. Yeah, because I guess he's not using the Iron Man suit, the Iron Spider-Man suit anymore. He made his own. I just wish they could get rid of Michelle Jones or Zendaya. Well, I kind of thought with the No Way Home they wrapped all that up. Like, I don't know them anymore. I have to move on. But now there's like lingering in this movie where like he moves across the hall from her or something. I don't know. Like I said, you can only tell so much from a trailer, but I thought they were going to wrap that up and he was going to move on because he had to. So I thought that was going to be it for Zendaya in these movies, but I guess not because she's in this.
And I've heard rumors that Sadie Sink is supposed to be the quote unquote real MJ, but then I heard maybe not. So
no, I heard she was Jean Grey.
Oh, Jean Grey? I hadn't heard that one.
I don't know what.
Well, the X-Men are coming, and they're going to have to begin setting them up somehow. So I would be more willing to believe that she's probably going to be Jean Grey.
I think in the comics at some point Spider-Man did get involved with Kitty Pryde, but wasn't Jean Grey. But
well, maybe she's Kitty Pryde. We don't know. We'll find out.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I have no. No, I better not say that on stream. Do I have any fight left in me? Like, I don't know. It's still tied to the greater MCU, but I feel Sony still runs the show on these. It's weird. So I don't know. Again, though, not a big fan of Ruffalo's banner showing up in this one. I feel like they could have just as easily had it be Dr. Connors.
Yeah, he's earning more paychecks than anybody else in the
He's
MCU
earning a ton of paychecks for a character that never has gotten his own movie while he's been in the role. It's a little ridiculous to me. I don't know. I'm just I'm kind of over Ruffalo's banner at this point, but I don't know. I'm just. But apparently there is some interesting news about this. Apparently this is the most watched trailer, I guess, since they started recording. How many people watched it online? Spider-Man Brand New Day, most watched trailer ever. It closed at 718.6 million viewers in its first 24 hours.
Wow.
I mean, come on, it's probably up to 1 billion now.
Oh, of course.
That's a lot. I mean, Spider-Man, I guess he is the most popular superhero, but Brand New Day trailer surpassed Deadpool and Wolverine's 24-hour benchmark with 8 hours with a remarkable 371 million viewers. People are hyped for this movie. This movie will do gangbusters, I'm sure. But
yeah, I mean, like I said, Ruffalo aside, the Spider-Man movies have been probably the most consistent as far as like halfway through phase 1 or whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
I think this is the fourth one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the first 3 seem to be pretty consistent, quality and money making. So
Scorpion I saw in the trailer. Punisher's in the trailer.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
I kind of like I kind of like what I saw of him in the trailer.
well, I thought it might have been interesting because if you recall in the comics, Punisher starts out as a Spider-Man villain, right? And it might have been interesting if that's how they were reintroducing the Punisher into this universe, just to have him be the Spider-Man villain for a movie. That might have
Yeah.
been kind of interesting, actually. Maybe that's what they are doing. I don't know. And then you have, of
Yeah.
course, the weird person jumper, which is like the character in that one Denzel Washington movie, where he keeps jumping from person to person. I don't know if that's a villain from the comics or not. That's what it reminded me of that one Denzel Washington movie. But I don't know. I
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't think of the name of that movie. But I know what you're talking about.
why the F is Mark Ruffalo, Banner, and not Professor Hulk? Well, I'm sure that was explained on She-Hulk because he was just Banner on that as well. Did you watch She-Hulk Geek Flag? Because you got to watch that to get all you have to watch all the Disney Plus shows and figure out what's going on in the MCU. Unless they just decide to ignore things, but I don't know. Are you hyped for this movie or not or done?
I'm not against it.
I know Troy's idea. That's how I
I'll take
feel.
a peek. I'll take a peek at it. I'll
I'm
watch
not
it.
against it. That's sort of where I'm at. I'm not. I'll watch it. I'm not going to be rushing to see it, but
Well,
I don't
as a
hate the Holland Spider-Man movies. I don't hate
yeah,
them.
I
There
don't
we
hate
go.
'em.
I don't hate them. That's my rating endorsement.
My thing. If someone asked me, it's like, well, did you see a trailer? It's like, what'd you think? My keyword of when I'm in the range, I just go, looks interesting. That's my keyword. Is like I'm not super psyched, but I don't hate it. Looks interesting. I don't hate it.
How about you? Deleted scenes.
I've seen the other Spider-Man movies. I like them. I think they're perfectly fine for what they are. I am not hyped for this. It just seems, with all of the characters that they're trying to fit into it, not just Hulk or X-Men. It seems to me like it's overstuffed.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming off to me just based on like I said, what little I've seen of it. It comes off to me like it's just this overstuffed
I think the word you might want is
CGI. Yeah,
bloated.
bloated.
So
Yeah,
you're thinking it's like the Superman movie we got last summer with too many characters? Is that what you're thinking?
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it could be where they're trying a similar concept, like a week in the life of, like a month in the life of Spider-Man, where all the things he has to deal with. Maybe that's what they're going for with this too. I don't know. I I don't know. Uh, yeah, it'll do well regardless. Though Spider-Man always does good
Yep.
box office. But am I personally hyped? I don't find these as obnoxious as the other Marvel movies right now. There we go. That's my rating endorsement.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not Ironheart, which isn't even a series. I'm kind of curious about Wonder Man though, because I'm wondering if the creators of that just decided we're just going to do what we want. And maybe that's like the one thing that's brilliant that we all don't know about, right?
I
Never.
forgot about Wonder Man. I haven't even seen a piece of it.
And of course, Troy is not with us tonight, but I'm trying to imagine what he would say, and I think the words would be "Don't care." That's probably what he would be saying right now. But not that I want to speak for him. But okay. But moving on to Hulu responds after Sarah Michelle Gellar calls out executives after Buffy reboot cancellation. Were either of you excited for a Buffy reboot?
I don't know if excited is the word, but I would have checked it out.
I assumed in this show maybe Buffy Summers would have been taking on the Giles role, maybe like training the new
Yeah,
Slayer.
I think it was supposed to be a young like mid-teen Slayer girl was going to be the new
Right.
focus. It wasn't going to be Buffy. It was going to be. I don't know if it was going to, what it was going to be called, but it wasn't going to be Buffy. the Vampire Slayer.
I think it's really Buffy New Sunnydale. Like, this is New Sunnydale. There'll be another
Yeah.
Slayer, but
Something like that, yeah.
or maybe there's just another woman out there named Buffy, a young woman named Buffy that also becomes a Slayer, and there's two Buffys now. Never mind. Anyway,
Well, they
go ahead.
they did set up the situation of two Slayers because remember, with the one Slayer dies, another takes over.
Yes.
Buffy dies temporarily
Yes.
at the end of season 1.
But
And then that's when you got Bianca, and then Bianca gets killed, and then that's how you got
Faith. Yes, but then of course in the finale, I think you're about to say this. How now
right, yep,
all the potential Slayers are now Slayers, right?
yep. There's a ton of Slayers. There's a whole organization of Slayers now.
Yes. So, I knew that was going to happen as soon as I saw that Chloe Zhao was attached to this. And as a fan of Buffy, I feel like we dodged a bullet. Did either of you see Hamnet, just out of curiosity?
No, it's on my
No.
list though.
No, I haven't
Okay.
seen it.
Okay, well, we'll have to talk about that another week.
I did see No Man Land though.
Okay,
Which
is that
was,
any good?
I didn't think it was Best Picture level.
Do you see the
but,
person? Do you see someone who made No Man Land being someone in charge of Buffy? Does that make
No.
sense? Okay, yeah.
No, she's good with these smaller
Yes.
character films. I don't see her pulling off anything like Buffy or, case in point, Marvel again, the Eternals.
Gotcha. Television pilots are often shelved. However, the tension surrounding the recent attempt to revive Buffy the Vampire Slayer has become unusual. In an interview with People, Sarah Michelle Gellar suggested that the show was canceled because of a specific executive. Now Hulu is pushing back. The story behind the development and demise of Buffy New Sunnydale may ultimately prove more compelling than what the series itself might have offered. Deadline reports that Hulu, which was owned by Disney, ordered a pilot for Buffy last year following years of development. Gellar was reportedly reluctant to revisit the character she left behind in 2003. However, she said that director Chloe Zhao persuaded her to return, citing Zhao's deep love and commitment and passion for Buffy Summers. The reboot was envisioned as a continuation of the Buffy universe as opposed to a full remake. Rather than serving as the central Slayer, Gellar was to take on a mentor role. See, I knew it. Okay. For a new Slayer played by Ryan Kiera Armstrong. A pilot was written by Nora and Lila Zuckerman and was filmed. Sources who spoke to Deadline after the project was scrapped described the result as not perfect. What does that mean? Does that mean the pilot wasn't good? Okay. However, according to Gellar, the revival was already facing an uphill battle. We had an executive on our show who was not only not a fan of the original, but was proud to constantly remind us that he had never seen the entirety of the series and how it wasn't for him. Those are always good people to put in charge of producing your show. The implication was that regardless of the material, the series lacked internal support. Variety has since confirmed that Gellar was referencing Craig Erwich, the head of Hulu Originals. Sources cited by the outlet said that even after a rewrite, Hulu felt Buffy pilot was unsalvageable. Additionally, Zhao, despite her passion for the original and her success in feature films, was reportedly not seen as the right fit for a television pilot. The broader picture suggests that Hulu executives believed they had already invested enough into New Sunnydale and ultimately decided to move on. Ultimately, it may not have been the decision of a single person that put a stake in Buffy reboot, but rather a collective assessment that the pilot failed to meet expectations. A Disney Entertainment Television spokesperson addressed the decision in a statement on Wednesday. We have had a long and very successful relationship with Chloe, Sarah, and Gail. Their track records speak for themselves, and they are incredible partners, the spokesperson said. Our decision not to move forward with a series order is not a reflection of our respect and admiration for the creative team, including Leela and Nora. Why is it always a spokesperson? Don't these people have names who make these statements?
I guess they don't want to be known. They don't want to get on the radar within the biz.
I want to know who makes these statements. Well, there are indications that Hulu remains open to exploring Buffy intellectual property in the future. New Sunnydale will not be moving forward. Prediction: if Buffy does come back in some form, it will be a reboot with no continuation now.
Probably it'll just a ground up rebuild.
The script was hot garbage. Quote, this looks like a script was written by someone who'd never read a book. Well, I don't know. Chloe canned the project. She insisted on directing the whole season, would not commit to a schedule, and the cast and crew were on the clock getting paid. Okay, well, again, this is stuff that might have been going on behind the scenes. I don't know. Any thoughts? Steven?
It didn't need a reboot.
No, I don't think it did either.
Nah.
I think Josh Whedon's.
I don't think this would have worked. And you know, talking about Joss Whedon is opening up a whole other can of worms. But I can't see like a Buffy or, for that matter, a Firefly reboot happening without him being involved in some fashion.
Yeah, and he's kind of
And that
persona
won't
non
happen.
grata right now.
Yeah, he's kind of poison right now.
Yeah.
But I'm all for Firefly because we have so precious little of Firefly.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there was a Firefly animated series announced.
Yep.
But there you go. Moving on.
They don't have unfortunately, they don't have a studio for it right now. That'll make
That's the big thing. Is
Just get the people that made the Lara Croft Netflix series. It'll be brilliant. I'm sorry, I'm kidding, of course. Okay. Prime Video will restrict basic users to HD streaming. Are you Prime subscribers, huh?
I get Prime. Yeah, I do Prime.
Because you're going to have to watch your Jack Reacher in standard high definition unless you want to pay for the 4K.
I'm okay with high def. It doesn't matter to me.
Bad news for more than 180 million Americans sign up for Amazon Prime. The service is revamping its membership structure and locking 4K video streaming behind a higher cost tier, charging customers an additional $4.99 per month to unlock the highest resolution experience. Prior to the change, regular Prime members paying either $14.99 per month or $139 per year could stream 1080p HD or 4K Ultra HD, while customers eager to stream ad-free could pay an additional $3 per month. Now, however, the basic Prime Video package restricts users to 1080p streams, with the ad-free experience being upgraded, rebranded as Ultra. So if you still paid for the ad-free, you still want to pay for the ad-free, I guess you still get the Ultra HD. To further entice customers to upgrade their subscriptions, Amazon is throwing in additional perks for the Ultra members, including an increased download capacity for offline viewing from 25 to 100, support for Dolby Atmos audio and Dolby Vision Picture, and an increase in the number of concurrent streams from single account from 3 to 5. Enter your email to sign up for the mesh. Oh, sorry, that's an ad. It isn't all bad news for basic Prime members, though. They will also gain access to Dolby Vision support, as well as an increase in the number of concurrent streams they can access from a single account from 3 to 4. So let's say you have 4 people in your household, and they all want to be watching Amazon Prime on 4 separate TVs in your household at the same time. You're good to go. Any thoughts?
I am perfectly happy with 720.
No one's happy with 720. That was a complaint when Discovery first aired on Paramount Plus. It was only available in 720p, and they're like, "You're not even giving us 1080p." You want us to subscribe to your service?
I will say I'm. Oh yeah, the better looking, the better. But I see, because of my eyes, I guess there's such little difference between like 1080p and 4K and all that other stuff.
Yes,
I saw a guy. So it doesn't matter.
But here's the thing: if it doesn't matter, but they pushed 4K, they pushed 4K televisions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't. I think this is kind of crappy. I think tying resolution behind tiers. If I pay $9.99, can I get 480p instead? I mean, I just stop this. There should be one standard. You should have access to all standard resolutions, no matter
You
what you pay.
yeah, just get one price, and I'm okay with the ad thing. Like, if you want to save money, just take ads, but it better be a darn good bargain,
Yeah,
like half price. Because I'm as you know, I don't pay for a lot of streaming right now anyway, but I'm soon going to get a couple of extra channels. I'm fine with the ads if I'm going to be saving five to $10 a month. That's fine
Okay.
with me.
How about you? Deleted. What do you think?
I'm not paying any more than I am now. And
Okay, well,
if that means losing 4K, then that's what happens.
well, enjoy your basic. You go enjoy your 1080p 2K. I mean,
Like a caveman.
like the caveman you are. Yeah, yeah. Just I'll be honest. I don't own a 4K television because I know that I cannot see in 4K. I don't have 20/20 vision. I maybe you
I
can
don't-
see. Go ahead.
I don't have a 4K television either, but I can tell the difference between a 4K and anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see the differences there. It is clearer. Um, but when it comes to these streaming services, I'm not paying anything any more than I am right now, and in fact, I'm thinking of just dropping a lot of them altogether. To be honest, and if they wanna raise the price, they're gonna have to get it from someone else.
I feel if
See,
you're
I
watching.
get-
Go ahead.
Oh, so because I get Peacock free through Instacart, because I get Instacart for
Oh, okay. Well,
groceries
that's
and
good.
stuff, and Peacock comes free right now, but it's the ad version. I'm perfectly fine with it.
They have some good
Doesn't
horror
bother
movies
me
on
that
Peacock.
much. Yeah,
They-
Peacock's a good channel. It's got Parks and Rec, which I dear
Right.
love, and a couple other great shows. Modern Family, which is another one I really like, and it's got a good movie selection. But yeah, I'm fine with ads. It doesn't bother me as much as I'm sure it would some people.
I feel if you're
Oh.
watching a streaming service as commercials, the service should be free like Tubi. But why do you need any other streaming service but Tubi? Because all the best stuff is on Tubi. You know what's on Tubi? Thundar the Barbarian is on Tubi.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
they
was-
have Thunder. They have everything. It's like I type something in and it's on Tubi.
I was-
Can I pay to get rid of the commercials? I would actually pay for that service with all that. It's like how Netflix used to be, when everything was on Netflix. It's like,
I was telling Deleted last night. We watched Q the Winged Serpent, which is on Tubi, but the version on there has the director commentary over it.
what?
Yeah,
Somebody-
you play. That's the version that's on there. And I'm like, what? So I was
Somebody
like, well,
messed
take
up.
that one. Yeah, I
Somebody
don't.
messed-
And if you could get it off there, I didn't know how, but it's on YouTube anyway. So
All right, but anyway, you'll have to pay more, but I don't know. I think whoever I lifted off someone else in my household. Speaking of Peacock, like that transition there. Do you like Yes Chef?
I've never seen Yes Chef.
Well, tough because it's been canceled. So.
Oh
you know.
well.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
This from a couple weeks ago. I said, no, this does not make it into last week, but I threw it on here. It seems NBC is closing the Yes Chef Kitchen for good. NBC has officially canceled the Martha Stewart and Jose Andres led cooking competition series after just one season, confirming the show will be returning for a second season. Well, I heard the first season ended with Andreas forcing everybody to cover themselves in marshmallows and chocolate hats, and then he set the studio on fire. I'm kidding, of course. Anyway, the news comes nearly a year after Yes Chef premiered season one. Season one premiered back in 2025. The series put 12 talented chef skills to the test as they tackled a series of culinary challenges designed to not only test their skills but also help them overcome their personal issues through a transformative process. Over the course of the season, Stewart and Andres mentored the chefs as they worked to impress the duo, both with their dishes and their personal growth. In the end, Chef Emily Brubaker took home the $250,000 grand prize and was crowned Yes Chef Season 1 winner. This actually sounds like kind of a positive show, actually.
To be fair, I like a cooking competition show because, well, first of all, though I must say, Martha Stewart is no Padma Lakshmi, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Top Chef. If you ever seen Top Chef, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, I like a good cooking competition. I like a show that has a creative process, like cooking or barbecuing or some kind of craft or anything like that. They're fun to watch, and you can learn something.
Yeah, and it sounds like they might have actually been mentoring these people on the show. But it failed to secure a place in the 2026 mid-season lineup. Fans began to fear for the worst, and there were hopes that perhaps the show was being shifted this summer. To develop NBC's 2026 TV lineup, the show was nowhere to be seen on the schedule, with an official confirmation show's cancellation coming shortly after. Okay, well, back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Fox is
There's
impressive
more of them
ongoing.
out there.
Because Fox has Master Chef Hell's Kitchen, Next Level Chef, Crime Scene Kitchen. Maybe the Crime Scene Kitchen? Is that Gordon Ramsay again?
I haven't seen that one. I've heard of it, but I don't
Hell's
know
Kitchen
anything
is
about
Gordon
it.
Ramsay, I think. Yeah, that was...
Hell's, yeah, that's Gordon. I like Hell's Kitchen.
He gets so angry.
I like Master Chef, especially when you bring the kids on.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
that Master Chef is good too.
That's fun to watch. Yeah.
Okay.
I like I think it's Food Network has one of the worst cooks in America. Where you get people who don't know how to cook, save their lives, and they're mentored throughout the process. And the winner has to the two finalists have to cook a whole meal for X amount of people or something like that.
Okay.
It's kind of neat.
I mean, they look like... I mean, it looked like an okay show, so I guess I'm sad it's off, but...
Never
Boomer...
heard of it, honestly.
Okay, dude, I just watched Thundar the Barbarian the other day. I don't know, maybe you and I were tuned into the same part of the collective unconscious, because I was like, Thundar the Barbarian. It's one of these shows, I don't know how I missed it as a kid, and it was a Ruby Spears production. And it was kind of cool. It's kind of like a Conan character if they had gone with the original John Milius concept, not John Milius, Oliver Stone concept, where he was going to set his Conan in like a post-apocalyptic era. But I think reality TV is dying, especially after this Bachelorette fiasco. You don't say, Geek Flag. Let's see. Let's move on to ABC. Is
Shocking.
to lose tens of millions after canceling Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette. Did you hear about either? You hear about this fiasco?
I heard. Basically, I know just about what the headline says. I don't know much about the minutia.
Let's get into this. Okay, ABC is this is Disney again. This is Disney again. Disney.
Lord.
Disney
It's always
cannot-
Disney.
They can't do anything right. They can't do anything right. ABC had Lost at one point. Lost was like the #1 show. Anyway, ABC is expected to lose tens of millions after canceling Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette. Amid an ongoing police investigation involving the Utah-based reality star, the network announced Thursday that it would not air the show. About a week before the new season was set to premiere, reports emerged that Paul was involved in an alleged domestic abuse incident with her former boyfriend, Dakota Mortensen, years after Paul pleaded guilty to the aggravated assault in a separate case. Well, I don't know if this is the one I'm thinking. Was this the one that was recorded? So I think it shows her throwing like bar stools at him. I think one of them hits her daughter, and the boyfriend's like, "Please go see to your daughter." And it was ugly. On Thursday, TMZ published leaked footage of a physical altercation from 2023, which Paul is seen kicking Mortensen and throwing metal bar stools at him. In light of the newly released video just surfaced today, we made the decision to not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family, a Disney spokesperson said. In a statement obtained by People magazine, a spokesperson for Paul said, Taylor is very grateful for ABC's support as she prioritizes her family's safety and security. After years of silently suffering extensive mental and physical abuse as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor is finally gaining the strength to face her accuser and taking steps to ensure that she and her children are protected from any further harm. But it sounded what it sounded like she was the aggressor. Am I missing something here?
Yeah, so which is it?
Canceling Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette will cost ABC tens of millions in production expenses and millions more in potential revenue. Each episode of the series costs an estimated $2 million to produce, and a typical season of The Bachelorette runs 9 to 13 episodes. At the rate, the network projected to lose between $18 million and $26 million in production costs. They have already lost a lot of money. A source exclusively told Us Weekly they face losing $40 to $50 million now that they've canceled. ABC is livid over the situation. The source continued. Taylor Frankie Paul has had a breach of contract, and they are internally investigating. Much of the advertising revenue ABC expected to earn while the highly anticipated season aired is also at risk. The franchise's 2024 spinoff, The Golden Bachelorette, charged $86,955 for a 30-second spot during its first season, as reported by Ad Age. With roughly a half hour of ads per episode, the network is stood to make millions per installment. ABC could lose additional revenue from trade-out deals made with airlines, hotels, restaurants, and other brands that paid for exposure on the show. The series has an official weekly podcast, Bachelor Happy Hour, produced by Warner Brothers and Scripted Television, which could also be affected by the cancellations. And now this isn't even going on to the contestants. Contestants on The Bachelorette are not financially compensated for their time on the show. Participating often comes with significant personal costs, especially since many take time off work or quit their jobs to film the show. Paul's now canceled season includes 3 Utah-based men, Aaron, Josh, and Lou, who won't make their debut and will miss out on primetime exposure. Contestants are also responsible for providing their own clothing, which can be expensive since many buy a new wardrobe for the series. Male contestants spent anywhere from $300 to $5,300 to appear on The Bachelorette, according to Business Insider. A contestant from Taylor Frankie Paul's canceled season anonymously told E! News, "We all gave up so much to do this. We all came in with open hearts. We treated her kindly and respectfully and gave her a second chance. We tried to let her turn over a new leaf. We all believed her when she said she did," he continued. "Obviously, the way she acted and the way she treated all of us in hindsight is just a waste of time, a waste of energy, a waste of emotional intelligence."
Okay.
Intelligence would have been a better word.
Okay, at the end of the day, I pray that she gets help, he concluded. I hope she gets the help that she needs. Another contestant from the season, Johnny LaRosa, wrote, "Grateful for the exposure, and I've got to say the group of guys were truly unbelievable. Nothing but respect for them." Will The Bachelorette take a step back? The most recent season of The Bachelorette, which aired in 2012, starred Jen Tran, came to a controversial conclusion. After tumultuous season finale, Bachelor Nation fans launched a petition calling on ABC to apologize to Tran and fire producers of the series. This sounds like a huge disaster. Okay, so any thoughts? I don't usually watch these shows, but I've heard of them.
So it's already in the can. They've shot.
They
the whole
edited
thing?
it. It was completely done.
Wow.
Because I would say if I were ABC, show this sucker, double your ad revenue, and market it as a white trash train wreck.
Here's the thing. This woman is a spousal abuser. That's basically what it sounds like she is. Okay. In fact, I think she's pleaded guilty to doing that in the past. So it's not even like I'm even slandering her. And I guess she said she got help, but then I guess she's seen doing it again with the new boyfriend. And I'm just, why are people saying that hope she gets the help that she needs? If she was a man accused of abusing a girl, everybody would want to fry him up. Well, yeah, that might be a bit of a double standard, Geek Flag. You're right about that.
Well, I guess ABC didn't do their due diligence.
I mean, it sounded like the boyfriend was trying to look out for her daughters more than she was during that scuffle. I mean,
Yeah.
this is just not. This is
Right.
not cool.
So,
Um,
here are my questions. Number one, who is this woman that she needs to be on this show to begin with? Is
she's
she like
from the.
famous or something?
Yes,
Or
she's on a
what?
show about Mormon wives, like
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
like one of these
Um,
reality shows, Mormon Wives, where she's painted as the good character on the show, on the reality show. But she's on. Is it the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? Maybe that's what it's
okay.
called.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
And
what it's
Alright.
she's
called.
on one of those reality shows, and I guess she's now single. She's got kids, but now she's single again, and she was going to go on this show to meet a nice Mormon man. But do they allow
Okay,
divorce in their
because-
religion to get back together? I don't know if that's the case, unless she
Because-
became Mormon after the fact. I don't know. Okay,
Yeah,
anyway.
that was going to be my second question. Would be,
Well,
if she already has a boyfriend, what does she need to be on Bachelorette for?
Oh well,
she's no longer with this other guy.
Well, apparently they did the deed the night before she went off to shoot the new season, the season of the show. So it sounds like they might still be together, or maybe they're on and off. I don't know. This is a disaster, and this is Disney, and someone has to get fired.
Well, someone brought up Jerry Springer in the chat, and that's exactly what this is
I-
sounding like.
I can say if it wasn't already in, if they were still filming, they could, like I said, they could have just rolled with it and make it a ratings bonanza, because everybody would tune in to watch this train wreck. But since it's already done, there's really it is kind of dead on arrival, because of what she did. Now you say, did you read somewhere that they were going to go after her for breach of contract?
Possibly, perhaps there's things that she was supposed to have revealed, or maybe stuff she's done since the making of the show, or maybe stuff she didn't that she was supposed to reveal before airing that she lied about. That could be a breach,
Okay.
maybe. I mean, there's a lot of fine print in these contracts. Maybe there's
It's-
something
yeah, it's
like
gonna-
maybe
the
she didn't
contract's
come
gonna be
clean
the
with
big
all of her
thing.
past abuse, that the stuff was recorded and posted. But I don't know. You'd think someone who did just some basic research would have found out about this.
Yeah, it's I can't, you can't. I mean, if as far as ABC and the show is concerned, I mean, someone needed to be. There's got to be a research department checking this stuff out, up and down. Like, yeah, that is just so.
It's not good.
No, it's not good at all. I mean, she's a lovely girl. Could have been a great story.
Yeah, nice hair.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
Who knows what
She's a
they
psycho.
actually have on film? I mean, they could still show it eventually once all this stuff's kind of died down, and then, or like popping up on a streaming service or something.
or maybe they could make it. Maybe they could figure out a way to make it a tax write-off.
Right? Like I said, you could figure it out, but yeah, right now it is. I'd be sitting there in the executive office banging my head against the desk after this one.
Do you feel bad for ABC in this situation? Either of you?
No,
Okay.
this is another self-inflicted Disney wound.
Okay. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. I think Troy had sent this to me the other week. But apparently a streaming service is now kaput. But I didn't even know the streaming service existed. So this is from Paramount. And quietly retires a streaming service. Streaming platforms continue to reshape their strategies as media giants push toward fewer apps and larger content libraries. And the latest victim is BET Plus. Did you know there was a BET Plus?
Nope.
Yes.
Like Black Entertainment Television. Well, it's gone. It will now be folded into Paramount TV, so that program will be there. I guess there'll be like a BET channel on Paramount Plus now. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Rather than you paying separately for it. Beginning June, we are expanding our reach by making Paramount Plus a new home for BET Plus content. So they're just going to put it on there. Beginning in June, we are expecting loose card and memo per deadline. He added, "This is a powerful next step ensures the stories we champion, the creators we support, and the culture we represent go further than ever before, explaining that the shift would expand the reach of BET programming on a global scale." Did you know anything about this? BET Plus? Either you? I don't know. I'd never heard. I heard of BET back in the day.
Yeah, I knew about BET, the channel. Didn't know there was a streaming service, but then again, it doesn't shock me that there is a. It seems like everybody's got a streaming service. You just put a plus on the end of your name.
When I was growing up with cable, I would watch Nickelodeon. And then Nickelodeon After Dark would start to come on. I was like, oh, I bet there's all this cool stuff on Nickelodeon After Dark. And then suddenly, oh, no, now it's BET. The cable channel would actually switch itself. It was BET in the evening and Nickelodeon during the day. And because at that point they hadn't separated the two channels out. And I think there was like some Halloween special coming on that I really wanted to watch. And then, it went over to BET. Such was the days before streaming, kids.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on to what's the next one? Oh, our final story of the night. CBS News Radio, one-time home of Murrow, will end amid layoffs. I didn't even know CBS still had radio. So CBS News eliminated its century-old radio division, which broadcasts Edward R. Murrow's World War II dispatches from London, amid a round of layoffs on Friday announced by the network's editor-in-chief, Barry Weiss. More than 60 employees, or roughly 6% of the news division, are set to be laid off under the plan, according to a person who requested anonymity and shared of internal details. Certain parts of the newsroom need to get smaller in order for us to make room for the things that we need to build to remain competitive in the future, Ms. Weiss, who started her job in October, said during a newsroom-wide conference call Friday, according to a recording. CBS News Radio, which has roots in the jazz age, was once among the premier news broadcasters in the country. CBS News Radio served as a foundation for everything we have built since 1927. Tom Sobrowski, the president of CBS News, wrote in a memo, but the decline of radio news coupled with the rise of podcasts and other online sources of information significantly reduced the size of the division in recent years. CBS News Radio earned $67,000 in revenue in January, according to a person familiar with internal statistics. The radio division, which transmits news reports to subscriber stations around the country, will cease operations on May 22nd. Ms. Weiss and her team had examined ways to preserve the division, but Mr. Sobrowski wrote in his memo that it was impossible to continue the service. Rest in peace, CBS News Radio.
Well, I mean, you kind of said it yourself that you didn't know that CBS still had news radio. So there's your problem right there, is that nobody remembered it, and therefore probably no one was listening, and therefore
I've never found it on news. Like when I would look for channels, I don't remember running into just a pure news channel from CBS News. Have you ever?
Was this something like on Sirius, or was it just?
Well, it should have
been
been
broadcast.
I assume from this it was broadcast. I mean, I kept thinking, they say we can't do the thing. Can't you just make it an internet radio station? You could have done that.
Yeah, just
if you didn't want to do like broadcasting all over, you just gotta have a small crew. But I guess they're just scrapping the whole thing. I mean, I know CBS was big in radio back in the day. They used to have the CBS theater show with I don't know, the guy from Creepshow that got eaten by the cockroaches.
Eli Wall?
No. E.G. Marshall used to host the CBS Radio Theater, and it was always an hour-long show that would do something creepy a lot of the times, and it was E.G. Marshall was the host, like the Rod Serling of the show. So I guess, but I don't know if that had anything to do with this channel, but I know they used to be big in radio, even as far as even back in the 70s, they did a lot in radio, but I guess they're done now. Oh. You know, there was a show that Deleted wanted to share. Unfortunately, I saw it too late. Sorry, it's just been a crazy week. But it was the Val Kilmer's being resuscitated as an AI. Is that right?
That's correct. I'm blanking on the title of the film, but apparently this was a movie that he had agreed to appear in before he
Oh
passed.
yeah, I heard about
And
this. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm going to assume that they're going to do they were going to do like they did in Top Gun Maverick, where they were going to get perhaps his son or somebody to come in and dub the voice in, but
Yeah.
or maybe this was before he had gotten so ill. But
Well, Maverick, it was the computer doing the talking. Remember, it was the
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah. So
Um,
we're
as
go
as
ahead.
deep as the grave.
As deep as the grave. Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's telling.
Yeah.
Is that like a Salt and Sea kind of movie?
I
I love him in the
I'm
Salt and
kind of
Sea.
I'm getting that kind of a hit off of it, but yeah, and now we gotta really start discussing AI as far as actually replacing actors who have passed. Now, for example, when they did it in Sky Captain, when they uh, 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 brought in Laurence Olivier and had
Yeah.
his likeness, and you know, um, that's one thing, you know, because honestly, for that movie, it was just if they used him for like a minute and a half in that movie, I'd be surprised. You're talking about having an actor who has passed away playing a major part in a film, and I don't know how to feel about it because obviously it was something he had some passion for. He had already agreed to be in the film. But now you got to go into okay, he's passed away. Should they have just recast? Or is this
It's
okay to just go at, you know? Did he have it in his contract if I pass, you can use an AI version? I don't know. And that's what I need to know before
he would have had to
Said,
have, I
I
guess,
could
given his
agree to this
blessing.
to be all right, you know?
said in March 2026, details shared about the film include that it had been retitled to As Deep as the Grave, and that Voorhees, wow, that's spooky, uh, used artificial intelligence to complete the scenes featuring Kilmer, with the cooperation of Kilmer's family estate and the support of his children. So, there's that.
Like I said, we'll get into it further on a future AI stream. I'm sure there'll probably be more updates on that. But yeah, it's a little weird. I kind of feel just recast. There are a lot of actors out there that could use the work, and but I guess I'm old school. Drive. Oh, welcome, Marc Malnekoff. Drive from the lithium mines of Aurora Pente. Have a glorious stream, Kapla. Thank you. And
Oh,
Connie Cleary said that they still stream their CBS radio overnight streams, the late horror show. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
well
yeah.
I've caught it on Relic Radio. They have it there too. But yeah, I don't know if I like this bringing back actors. I say just recast. There are probably plenty of actors that could fill in the role too. I mean, it's a weird space we're in. Maybe they'd written the role specifically for Kilmer, but I'm sorry,
yeah,
Kilmer's not with us anymore.
and then seems like it's based on a true story, kind of.
Oh, is it about him?
And no, it's about
Oh,
Anne
okay.
Extel Morris, who was an American archaeologist, artist, and author, worked in the U.S. Southwest of Mexico. Struggles to be taken seriously as one of the first female archaeologists. She and her husband Earl traveled down into the Canyon of Death as they tried to piece together what became of the Anasazi.
Interesting.
That's the premise of the film.
Okay.
And he plays Father Finton, or Finton.
Oh, so he's like a priest.
Hmm.
Okay, I think he was wearing a collar from what I saw in that picture, but yeah, just don't know about that. All right, well, I guess that wraps it up for tonight. I know, Deleted, you have a reserve seats going on right after the stream, correct?
I do. And if you stay to the end of this broadcast, you will be automatically redirected, at least on my channel, over to reserved seats. the host and creator of Western Cinema Presents and Action Theater. Outlaw Bill will be joining me for the show, and we're going to be talking about what's coming up for his channel and the state of entertainment today. So basically, it's just going to be the two of us shooting the breeze like we ordinarily would be doing shows. It's
Very
just that
good.
you'll be there to listen in.
And you, of course, we're going to have Sparkwood and 21 on Tuesday, right?
We are, yes.
Before that, will there be a mystery movie podcast as well?
There will, yes.
Okay, great, sweet.
That will be at 7 p.m. And then live from Sparkwood 21 will be at right after that at 8:30.
And how about you, Big Al? Do you have anything going on this week?
Well, I right after I get off here, I'm going to finish watching Project Hail Mary, and
Okay.
should be getting a review up probably tomorrow night, Tuesday at the latest, depending. Tomorrow's Nurse Day, so it kind of throws my whole day off.
Gotcha.
I've got this coming Saturday night going to be the last movie in the Evelyn Hampton Memorial Monster March. We're going to be watching Godzilla -1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
So, yeah, I figured I inflicted the giant claw and Q the Winged Serpent on everybody the past 2 weeks. So I figured let's get them what is widely considered one of, if not the best kaiju movie of all time, and have a good time with that. I haven't figured out if it's going to. I'm going to be watching the dubbed version. I got to get with Troy, figure out how we're going to handle that. So
Okay.
we'll figure it out.
All right. And, of course, tune into Troy and Netter this week. I think they'll be headed, hopefully, wish them a safe journey back into town. And I believe Troy will still, and they'll be joining us definitely on Sparkwood and 21 this week. So definitely check them out. And I'll be on with them on this Friday, where I'm sure we'll be talking about our experiences, perhaps at MegaCon or at Universal. So it should be interesting.
About that MegaCon, you got to stop by and
Yeah, Troy
meet some
got to
people.
meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Let me let Troy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Let me let Troy say what he saw. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. We won't do any spoilers.
Yeah, I thought maybe I was about to say something. I was like, no, let's save it for later.
Yeah.
All right, Project Hail Mary. Apparently, Penny loves it. That's good. I heard it's a great movie.
It's really good.
I'm hoping to see it tomorrow. Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying
Excellent.
it.
All right, so no spoilers, people, in the chat. So because people are still going to try and catch that. All right. Well, listen, I want to again thank you so much, the Deleted Scenes and Big Al, for popping in and filling in for Troy and Netter this week. I really do appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. Anytime.
All right.
And you got to start thinking about the next trip to Sherwood too.
I know. Once the semester's over, maybe sometime in May. Okay, I'll be in touch.
Okay,
All right.
just let me know. Just let me
I
know.
know. Because of course, y'all know that I feature in not as set quarterly. Maybe that's even stretching it. But I go on Big Al's channel. We watch Robin of Sherwood. We watch a couple of episodes. We're going to get to the end at some point, though. We're getting close. We're getting there. We're already on the Jason Connery era. So yeah.
Yep.
So
the final season.
it's a long season though. I feel like it's longer than the first two
Yeah,
seasons.
it's 13 episodes.
Yeah, so that's not. But we're gonna get there. All right. Y'all have a good night. Thank you again, and I'm gonna play the intro and hopefully not mess this up. We'll see.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Good night.